Welcome back to RLTW Strategies. It is the 1st of April and this is day 2 of surviving in my XFA. Let's hope we make it a green day, and let's go ahead and review real quick what I did yesterday. So yesterday I continued trading. I traded the MOC and I'll show you those executions in a minute. And we closed the video yesterday at 662 or something like that, $600 for the day. I ended up trading MOC, which is market orders, market close on orders, or market orders on close, and it was $1 billion to the buy side. So I went short on a drop, and then it bounced up, and I was going to go in again for the long, and I decided to keep my just to keep the profits. So we finished the day of March in the green. We were green for the whole month of March, as you can see right here. And let's see if we can continue that trend into April. So April 1st today, and let's go ahead and show you the executions at market close, orders on market close, MOC. And I'm going to show you on the 100 tick chart, because it looks a little better. I did a long entry, 2 contracts, and no, it was a short. It was a short from before. I just saw this drop, and then it bounced up. I think that was the order. But yeah, that's how I made $200 more on the day. And yeah, so we start in the day with 800 in the account, and we will see what we do for today. I did a video on pre-market charting, so I'm not going to go over all that. I accidentally deleted the video because I was testing out some audio configurations. So we'll go ahead and review that on the other here on the other screen. So real quick, let's look at the news. 9 o'clock right now, we got Barkin speaking, and then at 9:45 market opens at 9:30, and at 9:45 we got the S&P final US manufacturing PMI. At 10 we have construction spending, and then at 10 we have ISM manufacturing and job openings. So that's what we're going to look at during the morning trade session, and it's probably going to be volatile. And we got Trump doing tariffs and executive orders today, and then tomorrow, Liberation Day is what Trump's calling it, is he's going to announce in the Rose Garden what countries and what products are going to be considered reciprocal tariffs. So we'll see how that plays out. So I already did my pre-market charting, trends, and I did my week high, week low, and my levels. So I got this hour trend that we're going to try to break and hold, and then I got this daily trend here. So the above trend line is the daily trend, and this one right here is the hour trend. I got the day high, yesterday's high, day high for today, and then the yesterday's high. This is the day high is going to be the Globex for now until we bust above it, and then I'll move it, and that's going to be considered the day high. We got the week low, which we bounced off of the week low, and we got the day low here from the daily chart. And you can see the day candles. And the blue lines are the intermittent levels that I drew when I got to the hour chart. So there's the day high, or the week high. I'm on the week. So we got the day, yesterday's high, yesterday's low, and then day high, day low right here on this red indecisive candle. So as you can see, during the Globex session, we traded in a really tight range during the Globex session. We didn't really test any lows, and we didn't test any highs. We tried to break this area to the upside. We got rejected last night, and then we dropped, and then we came back here to this level. So that's where we're at right now. We're waiting to see what's going to happen, and that is it. The intermittent levels the blue lines is what I drew on the hour chart at these levels. This area at this top is a resistance level. We have this other area that I consider a resistance level from this price action at this level, right? It bounced here, acted as support, it stayed above it, it bounced, stayed above it, and then we broke through it. We rejected here, we rejected here. So this level is going to be a point of contention if we start moving up. And we got this level, all these levels right here. So, and I got alerts, some alerts listed. I got this alert down at 18,100. I don't know if we're going to go that low. We might go to 1900s again and retest this yesterday's low. If we get into the 1800s, here's the levels during the 1800s when we breached 1900. We got levels down here below, and then we got the levels above. So that's what I'm going to watch today. I'm going to watch the 5-minute and the hour on NASDAQ on TradingView. I'm going to try to trade the 100-tick chart on where I see points of reversals and trends. And why did I do that? I don't even know how to get out of it. There we go. All right, I'm out of it. All right, so 5-minute, we're going to look for pin bar reversals on the 5-minute and try to trade those as we move up and move down on the charts. We got my levels. We're going to watch pin bars. I did some charting on the ES already. We got yesterday's highs. Okay, so for ES, I drew this pink line with an alert. Stay above this and we're going to go long. Yesterday's low, we break there. We got this trend line on the day, and we got a level up above. We're going to watch the 5-minute on the ES, and we got this consolidated area. We got to break above it. I love my consolidated boxes. So we got this level, we got to break it. Let's see if we break it, and see if we break it and stay above it. And if we do, I will, I'll show you guys. We got gold, we got the pre-market high, we got yesterday's market open high. If we break above, I'll move this. And then we got this consolidated area, which we're above the consolidated area on gold. We'll continue watching that. And that's it. We got about 10 minutes before market opens. We got this trend on the 100-tick chart that we'll have to either stay above and continue to move to the upside or break below, retest, and drop. So we'll continue watching that. Again, we are up 832 on the XFA. This is going to be day 2 on the XFA. And I did a review on my XFAs that I've had in the past, and I forgot to bring that up during the trading session. So we're going to go ahead and go over that. So I started trading futures and Top Step in 2023. And during the year of April, I started in April 2023. And from April to the end of the year, I had 0 XFAs. In 2024, the whole year of 2024, I accrued 28 XFAs. And with those 28 XFAs, I blew them all. Until November of 2024, I finally requested payouts out of 3 XFAs that I was trading at that time, and those videos are posted on my channel. And then in 2025, this year, I've had 9 XFAs, and I'm currently trading my 9th XFA for 2025. It is end of March into April is when I'm trading that 9th XFA. And I spent a lot of money trying to learn how to trade. I consider it market tuition. It's the amount of money I spent, I think, in trading and trying to learn how to trade could probably put someone through college. I used my own money originally on a brokerage account and lost 99% of that. And that was strictly just futures. And so I'm coming back to the drawing board. I'm learning how to chart on my own. I'm charting my own levels. I'm trading my own levels. I'm trading what I see and not what other people see, and I recommend you do the same. So for my trading notes from yesterday, so the day I passed the XFA, these are some points that I wrote down that I found that I was struggling with. I struggle with over leveraging on occasion. I blow most of my accounts by over leveraging and entering at too early into the position. I need to be patient on my entries. I need to learn to close my losses early, and I need to focus on trading small. When I trade small, I end up finishing the day with 12 to 2,000 in profit before 11 o'clock, and then I'll continue trading throughout the day and I'll end up losing it. And yesterday, what I wrote down on my notes is I felt like I was over trading yesterday, and I was scared to trade because I was scared to lose my XFA on day one, which has happened in the past. I over leveraged early in my setups, and I shouldn't have, and I should have waited for better executions. I need to be more patient and decisive on my entries. And what I mean about that is I'll see a setup that happens on the chart, and I'll trade it on the paper account on TradingView, and I do pretty good. And then I decide to go into it on my XFA, and I'm late, and I need to either wait for a retest to enter those positions, or I need to be more decisive on entering when I see something set up on my XFA. Now, when I do that on the TradingView, I have hit my max loss of what it would be if I was trading on my XFA, if that makes any sense to you. I try to trade the paper account the way I would expect myself to trade on the XFA or a combine or an eval. So I try to learn what I see in setups and pattern recognition, chart recognition, however you want to say it. I try to do majority of my screen time on the exact chart settings that I would be trading with and get used to my mind processing the information that I see. So yesterday, again, I had movements of over leveraging. I felt FOMO on occasion, and if you reviewed my video, you would see that. And then I assessed that yesterday's trading session was a range day, and then I reviewed my trades. So today, we'll see what we could do moving into the market open. We're about 7 minutes to market open, 6 minutes to market open, and we'll try and trade those as we see it. Right now, the Mag 7, we're just flat, you know. We're low and flat, even and flat. We're at the VWAPs on majority of the Mag 7s. Just not really seeing any movement rolling into tariff day tomorrow or tonight. And with that, let's see what else. If you end up watching my videos tend to be long. It's how I edit them. It's how I want to capture the stream of consciousness that I see when I'm trading the markets, and the decisions I make when I enter, and my frustrations when I enter a trade wrong. On occasion, I will enter a trade. I'll be in the positive $500 on the day, and then I'll enter a trade and be negative 1,100, and I'll work the morning trying to recover that. I did that yesterday. That's a lot of movement. That's a lot of price action from point A to point B that I had to recover, that I felt like I had to recover. I had to keep an even keel on my trading mindset. It's exhausting on occasion, and if you've traded, you understand the exhaustion that happens in your mental game when you're trading. So I like to capture my stream of consciousness when I'm trading the markets, and use this platform as a video journal for myself and my trade setups and my journey trading the markets, learning how to trade futures. Right now we see huge fluctuations in the trading session on the 100-tick chart and on the 5-minute. The hour levels, what we got this hour trend, we got this hour trend. We'll see which one breaks first, and then watch the 5-minute. Look for some pin bars. I'm really liking these pin bars. So if you were going to review pin bars and when to get in, we have a pin bar here. Actually, let's just do this. We got a pin bar here. I have a pin bar here. Pin bar here. Got a, that would have been a faker. Definitely had a huge pin bar here. I think we had a huge one yesterday, the other day. Man, this is a good one. That's a good one. So you see these pin bar patterns. What it is, it's an indecisive candle. We have green. We have green here. We have some consolidation. We have a pin bar. Indecisive pin bar, and then red candles and a retracement back down. And then this is a huge pin bar right here. So there's our gap. All right, so yeah, all those pin bars. Just funny. So yeah, pin bar areas on the 5 minute. And you can see those pin bars on any timeline. 5 minute, 1 hour pin bars. All right, let's look at this trade. So we're breaking this trend line. So what we're gonna wait for is a retest of this trend line and then a drop. We've got 1 minute till market open. See what happens, see what happens. So the market is open and all we get is this huge drop, and it drops quick. And I'm narrating this after the fact a couple days later. And it was just me sitting there watching it drop with no commentary. But this was a huge drop on April 1st. And it starts to bounce on this level, and this would be a good scalp. The drop would have been a good opening range drop, but you just can't trust it in the first couple minutes. And I end up learning not to trade in the first 15 to 30 minutes of the market open, just because I've just destroyed my accounts doing that and over leveraging, because I'm fighting the movement and wanting to be so right on it. And I think that's just an ego thing that I need to work on. So yeah, so I draw this line and I'm about to explain this. So we broke that trend, we're coming back down. Should have hold, we're gonna come all the way up to here. If we come back down to retest this level, I'm gonna go in. Dang. We could drop. We could drop here. See, we broke. Let's see if we retest before we go back down. Man, I knew we were going to come up to the VWAP. We could reject here. We could reject here and come down. Boom. Here we go. We're breaking up to the upside. We left this large volume node here. We're in this low volume area. We could go all the way up to here to retest the Globex high. All right, market open. Day low there. It's pre-market high. This is the day high so far. Let's see what we do with the day high. We hit that trend line. Let's see if we reject down. This trend line. So we broke this trend line right here, this upper trend line. We broke it. We came back, we touched it and rejected down. So now we're on this other trend line. Let's see if we drop. this indecisive area. I could have played those, but there's no pin bars. We have a large 15-minute. We got almost a minute left on this 5-minute candle. We did do one trade on the long for $122. This thing could range today. Here we go. We broke. Let's see. Let's see if we break here and go down. We're below the VWAP. ES is below the VWAP. Will you come down to here again and retest down here? Let's go ahead and move this trend line there. Let's change the color. We're following this trend line down. Let's see if it continues. And if it continues, we'll just keep on extending this. Here's that level I said we may hit. See if we bounce here. The 5-minute. We got like a possible head and shoulders forming. Remember, okay, so here we got consistent red coming down. Now let's look for an indecisive pin pattern, pin bar reversal, and see if we move to the upside. We broke through that trend. Let's see if we maintain it. Here we go, here we go. Oh, that's right, we got news. We have 9:45. We got news at 9:45. We have S&P manufacturing PMI at 9:45. Here we go, we broke this trend line. Now we could come down and retest it before moving back up. Let's see if we come down and retest and bounce up. This could be a pin bar reversal. We come here and touch before bouncing up. We're just watching the 5-minute. I think it's the new market open, 9:30, 9:25, kind of. We haven't broke pre-market highs yet for gold. The market orders on open were negative 24 million on the NASDAQ and negative 122 million on the S&P 500. Here we go, we're moving up back to the VWAP. All right, so we broke. Let's see if we retest this trend before we move back down. This might be the pattern right here for breakout. Here we go, we're touching this trend line below the VWAP on the 5-minute. Maybe that's a 3-bar reversal on the 5-minute. The green body is bigger than this red body. ATR on the 5-minute is 30 points. We're touching. We're in this high volume area. We're rejecting at that low volume shelf here. That's could be a level we got to fight through. And then this is the other volume area. Should I just do this, you think? Till we break it? ES is coming back down. We're at the VWAP on the NASDAQ. We are going below the VWAP on the ES. We broke through that trend line, so let's look for a retest and then a drop. We could also be ranging too, so. There's the break. Now let's look for a retest back to that trend. This is a good trend. Let's see if we break, retest to go up. Let's see if we break, touch, and go down. Remember, we could touch and then drop. But we're just ranging inside this box. Here's the touch. I'm gonna go, well, I'm not gonna go long. I'm not gonna go long because we got this trend line up here. Huge indecisive. Oh yeah, we got news in 30 seconds. Barking tariffs to present challenges to inflation and employment. Yeah, we already know that. 10 seconds. All the Mag 7 is moving up. We got Apple moving up, Microsoft moving up, Amazon moving up. Nvidia and Palantir are kind of flat. Is this the rejection off this trend? No, we're moving up. We are moving up. We're above the box. Do I want to go long? added to the position. We may reject right here. Oh, there we go, 600. I think that's going to be a level. Yeah, that's a huge candle. That would have been a good move. ES is moving up. We could go all the way to 5,600, 5663 on the ES. We could come all the way up to here before we come down. I could short right here. Short. Could also break through. We got 10 minutes. Do I short here? That would be a good short. That was a good. Let's watch for a pin bar reversal on the 5-minute. This could be a level of a pin bar reversal. We're in this consolidation area on the 100-tick chart. Right here. We're coming back to this trend line. Let's see if we break it. Remember, we're looking for a break to a retest to a break. And we got a level there. There you go, we're hitting that level. Are we gonna bounce above it? This area, we come to this area before moving back up. Here's the, this could be a, no, this can't be a pin bar. Pin bar would have to break this wick, the green wick. This pin bar would have to break this wick, this green wick to here before going back down. So it's not a pin bar. $10 minutes, 9 minutes, we got news. We got jobs. Man, we got so much. We got construction spending, ISM manufacturing, and job openings. So that's going to be huge. That is going to be huge. Here's a retest. Here's a retest of that area. We could have a level here. Ooh. What level is that? 479. 479 here. Let's see if we reject. Well, we got news in 7 minutes. No point trading right now. I mean, I will trade the paper account. There we go. We coming back this. So we broke through that trend. We retested and we dropped. That could have been an awesome trade. We could bounce here. We could pop up quickly and then come back down. That yellow line on this chart is the same yellow line that's roughly around the top of the box here. It's 409. Yeah, it's right there. All right, we're coming back down to the bottom of the box. We came back down the VWAP, both for the ES and the NASDAQ. We could bounce, we could come all the way down to the week low, day low, before bouncing back up to the upside. 2 minutes before ISM manufacturing and job reports. Break in, it's breaking. Bounce off the VWAP on the 5-minute. That's a strong level. We got a bunch of orders down here. We come back down and bounce. I'm gonna go ahead and enter on the paper account for a bounce and then a retest and a bounce. I'll take profit here. This is what you see. I'm using the 100-tick chart to trade my paper account on TradingView. We are 30 seconds away from job openings. Actually, let's get out of this real quick. $40 on that trade. I went ahead and got out of it because we're like 10 seconds from job openings report and I want to see what happens. So $40. All right. Port is out. Look at this. Look at how much this is moving. It's a good 5-minute range. Where is it going to go? Moving back up. No. Coming down. We're flat. Mag 7. Not really showing anything. US Jolts job opening actual 7.56 million, forecasted 7.65, 56. So we're low. What does that mean for the market? It's wait for this price to settle. We could come down the week low before bouncing up. Week low is at 358. That's roughly around right here, 358. Oh, pivot points. NASDAQ pivot points. We have a pivot point at 19,300. That's just the pivot. That's not a support. There we go. We're coming down. We're hitting the week low. Trend. That's an hour trend. So we couldn't break day low yet. Right here. We're looking for a break and a retest on this trend line. We're breaking it. We're at the VWAP. We have a huge indecisive candle, red candle. We hit this level and reject down. Is this a retest to a bounce? Make a reverse here. Here we go, we're retesting up on that trend line. Back to the VWAP. Look at this, we've been on this VWAP all morning. ES is below the VWAP, NASDAQ's above the VWAP. I mean, Microsoft's moving up. Do we go long right here? All right, I would have went long in my XFA. Let's see. We could just be a range day today. Bouncing here, added. 2 contracts. I mean, we got a huge reversal area down here. ES is coming down. Let's see if I'm right. I'm gonna add 2 contracts if we come down there to this area. Adding now. We broke through it pretty hard. I would have blown my account. Negative 23, 19, 2000. Let's see, day low is new down here. Day low. Trend line is in effect. It's getting wider. We could come all the way up to this trend line as well. To there. ES is on the bottom of that box. Apple's coming down. Amazon's coming down. Tesla, Microsoft, Nvidia. We broke that trend. We touched and dropped down. Look at these huge movements. These huge movements are 80 points. 80 points there on that candle on the 5 minutes. 76 points on that candle on the 5 minute. ATR, man. 42 ATR. You gotta stay above that line right there. That might be a reversal area to get in long. Here we go. Day low, new day low. We broke the box on both the ES and the NASDAQ. Gold's coming down. We could bounce here at this. We got the pivot point here. We could bounce at the pivot point. Here we go. New day low. Broke this hour trend. We broke it on this candle and retested it here. And we bounced on that pivot point. Day low is the pivot point now. Let's see if we retouch the pivot point. We touched. The alert, 50% of that buy zone. Let's see, let's try with 1 contract right at this level. We can reject that pivot point. This is day low. Look for a 5-minute pin bar. It's about that time. It's 10:14. We'll look for the pin bar reversal. This could be this could be a pin bar reversal. We could come down to here and touch. Let's go 2 contracts here. Watching for this rejection to come down here and looking for a pin bar here. Bounce in here. Let's retest. See if we reject here. $300. Let's wait for this drop to here. 19,283. 19,283 is here. 271. It's where this buy areas are. Retesting that pivot again. We broke through the pivot. Come on, give me a pin bar. I mean, that's a double bottom. This was from 9 o'clock last night. We could come down to here at this yesterday's point of control. Yesterday's point of control. And we got some consolidation. This could be a platform to drop lower on the 100 tick chart. That's another pattern. We bounce exactly the same spot twice. Come on, give me a pin bar. Hit stops down to here and bounce back up. Feel like we're getting a pin bar. I want a pin bar. Just because I want it doesn't mean it was actually going to happen. No pin bar. We touch the pivot point. We could reject the pivot point. We got a bunch of red volume candles. We could be rotating. Man, we could drop too. I don't know. Here we go. All right, my two contract positions are in. That was a good buy. See if it breaks and retests. That's a pin bar. I'm gonna buy at that day low. We hit this day low, I'm getting on the XFA, one contract. I'm watching the day low. If you come back down to the day low, let me put an alert. This could be a pin bar. Did I already hit it? Damn. Come back down. We could reject here. Be patient. This could be an indecisive pin pattern right here. I'm waiting. This could be an indecisive pin pattern. We could reject here, come back down, open up down here, come down a little bit and bounce up. Here we go. Come on. Give me a retest. Give me a retest on this trend line right here. I don't want to enter now. This is what I would do. I'd enter now and then I'd lose my account. Let it come to me. We broke that second trend line. All right, so I missed out on that move. So what we could do is wait for the retest of this trend line. We could come to here and bounce at 315. I could bounce here on this blue line. This could trap longs, come all the way down to here and go back up. That's what I'm waiting for. Come on. Still in extreme greed. That was a good move. Come on, come down to here. Retest that pivot point. What's the 50% movement? What's the 50% movement? Yeah, that pivot point's the 50%. That green candle's 50% is the pivot point. The trade. Oh, $200. We could reject at the bottom of this box on the ES. That could be a pin bar, or it's a continuation to the upside. That may have been the reversal for the day. Touch the VWAP. Well, not really. Got to readjust. We're heading to the VWAP. We could touch the. We could reject off the EMA. The VWAP is at the 50% area of this box. Day low, let's move it. This is day high. And this one is Globex high. Probably gonna bust through the VWAP. Alright, so I'm about to show you the trade, the one trade that I did when I blew my XFA. So I've been watching this climb. I've been trying to short it at a couple levels on the paper account. I'm just getting destroyed on the paper account. So then we come over here and I'm gonna start talking about how this trend line, how the price movement on the 100 tick is staying above this trend line. Reaching day high. Damn, so scared. We lose. New day high. That's crazy, man. Oh, missed out. And now you can see FOMO setting in. All the Mag 7 is green. Can we retrace 50% of this movement? Kind of at the VWAP. Weak low would be the 50% area. We could break through this trend, bounce on top of that box, and then continue going up. Could hit Globex high. %50 pullback. So you can see price action staying above that dotted blue line and consolidating right here. It hasn't even breached that trend line. And look what I end up doing. This trend is holding. I even said it. I said the trend is holding. Looking back on this trade, when I entered the position, I had no business going into a short when I have no confirmation and no signals telling me to go short. Reviewing this now, I see that it's just going to go up.
Order filled. Order filled.
And I keep becoming a moron, adding more to this position, and it hasn't even broke the dotted yellow, that dotted blue line. Oh, we're breaking through. My damn. Come on. I call this trade paralysis. I'm in so much disbelief that I've convinced myself to go into a position early, and I'm just watching my account just disappear. That would have been a better trade location. We could touch Globex high before, damn. And if I wanted to short, I should have just shorted at that yellow line, because I drew that yellow line earlier in the morning. And it's a perfect level, at least for a tight risk, enter a short once it reached that level. I think it blows past this level, but in either case, I should have shorted it there because it was a predetermined location. Damn, dude. Reached yesterday's high. At this pullback, I just hoped it was going to keep on falling, but it's just doing a liquidity pull. That's it. Give me a pullback. Give me a pullback. Damn.
Order filled.
All right, let's wait for the Globex high. Globex high is at 19,511. Oh, that hurts. All my trades on the paper account have been losses. Just broke the daily. Damn, dude. I hate seeing that. What I hate seeing is watching the market pull back when I was just in a short. Like if I just was patient and waited for some confirmation, it's not even breaking that trend line yet, you know? It could. Could be a pin bar. Actually, a pin bar would be up here to 19,530. 2 minutes left on this candle. This could be a pin bar. So price came down to that trend line and it bounced pretty hard, and now it's breaking another level up to the upside, and I just convincing myself that now it's gonna drop. It has to pull back, right? It has to. But the market hasn't given me any indication that it's gonna pull back, right? No signals, no confirmations. It's just my ignorance in sitting in front of the screens all morning waiting for a trade, and guess what? I convinced myself that I see a trade coming.
Order filled. Order filled.
Oh my God.
Order filled.
That's it. And it's going to drop down. Read it wrong. That's what happens. We'll go ahead and I guess we'll try again when I get my combines reset. But yeah, survived it for one day, blew the account, and we'll call that a day. I have you guys have a good afternoon, and I'll talk to you later.